I'm Amy from Body Fit by Amy, and this is your postnatal body weight workout. So this workout is for anyone who has had a baby, whether that was about 7.5 weeks ago like it was for me, or maybe that was a couple years ago. This is a post-pregnancy workout. And this workout uses no equipment. So if you can, have a mat or a towel for when we go down to the mat. Otherwise, there's nothing else you need. As always, please make sure that you have been cleared by your doctor to work out before you begin this or any other exercise routine. And make sure you're working to your level. If you need a break, take a break. You can stop the video. You can always come back to it later. All right, let's do it. So we're gonna start just by marching. Just roll through those shoulders. We're gonna get a quick little warm up. And roll them up. And big deep breath in. And out. So we're gonna be doing some exercises. Some of them are traditional exercises we do all the time. Some of them are very specific to postnatal training. And take it out, and we're gonna roll through our back. So flat back down, round it up. Our backs really get tight and sore sometimes if you're like me from having the baby, because we're bending over, picking the baby up from the crib, changing diapers, holding the baby. It's really good to make sure that you're stretching out through the back. We're gonna go one more and hold it here and just rotate those shoulders. Again, stretching through the back. And slowly walk it in and round it up. So let's just do little taps across, reaching across. So we're not gonna do anything high impact. We're not gonna be jumping around or anything like that. We're gonna let everything we do get our heart rate up, which it will, without all of that today. Certainly, if you're further along in your postnatal journey, let's reach over our head. You can add that stuff in later, or try one of my other videos. But for now, we're just getting back into it slowly. No need to push too hard. We want to make sure that we're taking our time. Let's bring those hamstrings up. The last thing we want to do after having a baby, our body has just gone through so much and did this amazing thing. We don't want to push too hard or too fast when we're coming back to exercise. Let's do little knee raises. Let's bring them up. So hopefully your heart's pumping a little bit like mine. This is really only my second or third workout back after I got clearance from my doctor, so I'm just getting back into it too. And then let's do little toy soldier kicks. So just little kicks. You don't have to actually touch it. If you're like me, you had a C-section, you might still be feeling a little bit of that incision. So just take your time, you can make it small. Just stretching out through those hamstrings. One more. And let's just do a little step touch. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna have 3 quick circuits where it's mostly an upper body, a lower body, and a core, and we'll make sure we keep our heart rate up as we go. And again, work to your level. So we're gonna start with just a basic squat. So feet about shoulder width apart, we're gonna sit low in that squat and bring it up. So our goal is to sit like we're sitting in a chair. And if you wanna even put a chair behind you, that's helpful. Make sure that you're not going forward in those knees, that you really push that butt back. Try to get as low as you can. Again, maybe if you're like me, you're feeling that incision a little bit from a C-section. Take your time, work to your level. Weight in the heels, so we're really squeezing in the glutes. And this should be getting your heart rate up a little as well. And let's add on. So we're gonna add a little side leg for the hips. So if you had that regular vaginal delivery, you really use those hips and glutes and abs while you were pushing. And even with a C-section in pregnancy, we use them all the time, right? So stretching them out and working through those sides. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just do little step touches in between. So we're always gonna have what we call an active recovery, active rest. So you get a few seconds in between exercises while we're moving. Certainly if you need to take it down a notch, you can. Or if you need to take it up a notch, if you wanna do a little hop step, you can. I'm not gonna do that today. All right, next, we're gonna take it down onto our mat or our towel. So really take your time getting down there, especially If you are just a few weeks out after having a baby, you're probably not feeling very strong like me. So we're gonna come into a push-up. So I'm gonna give you several options because we all could be in different places. So I'm gonna stay on my knees. I actually would encourage most of you to stay to a knee push-up just because post-pregnancy, we're not very strong in our core, obviously, because we've been stretched and pulled on and all that. So I don't want you to end up using those muscles in the wrong way. So we'll stay on our knees. If you're further along in your postnatal journey, you wanna be on your toes, you can, or I'm gonna give you a few options. So we're just gonna do a really small knee push-up. So you can make it just like that. I want you to focus on pulling those abs in. So if this feels like too much, another option that you can do is to take it up on the side of the couch or a chair. You can do exactly the same thing from your knees, or just to take it straight into a wall push-up. So I can show you that here. You're just here. Wall push-up just like this. So any of those options will do, and take breaks in between if you need to. Let's just get a couple more from here, wherever you were with those push-ups. Making it really small, using our arms, contracting in our abs. One more, and stretch it back into that child's pose. So when we come back to that, you can decide if you wanna stay on the knees or take it to something else. So let's go down to our side. We're gonna come into a side plank. So elbow and knees. Again, if you're further along, you wanna take it up to that full side plank, you can. I'm gonna stay on the knees. Let's lift up into that side plank. So we're holding here, really try to pull that belly button back towards your back so everything's in tight here. If you wanna have your hand here, you can. If you wanna open up for the stretch, you can as well. We're not gonna hold super long. We've got just about 5 more seconds. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Take it down slow. Let's bring it up and stretch it over. Good job. Let's swing those legs around. And we're gonna go here. So side plank, elbow beneath the shoulder, lift it up and hold. Again, not holding very long. Everything's in tight here, and we're using the lower obliques. So after this, we're gonna go through the circuit one more time. We're gonna make it a little bit shorter. Here we go. We've got 5 seconds for 3, 2, and 1. So very carefully take your time coming back up onto your feet, and we're gonna go back into that squat and side leg, and we're gonna take it a little bit shorter. So here we go. So squat, side leg, flex the foot. So we're working through those hips and out. Maybe a little quicker circuits, but now that you know what you're doing, you can jump right in. And breathe, lift. Almost there, sit as low as you can, squeeze it out. Make sure you're sitting back into that squat. Breathe, and just one more each side. And relax, great job. Back down to our push-up. So again, up to you if you wanna take it on the wall, on the back of a chair or a couch, or down on the knees with me, or toes if that's where you are. Let's walk it out slow. And here we go. Really small. You don't have to go super far unless you're feeling that. If you're feeling too much pressure and your abs are back, just take a little stretch break and come back into it. Here we go. Focus on pulling the belly button towards the back. So we want our abs to be nice and tight here. So your abs are working hard, even on our knees. Don't feel like you have to go all the way up to the toes unless you're ready. Here we go, last one. And stretch it out. Good job. And let's take it over into our side planks, and then we are done with this circuit. So we'll take it here on the knees or feet if you like, and bring it up and hold. Here we go. Holding just a little less time. Everything's in tight. Keep breathing. And 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Little stretch. Hopefully you guys are feeling it like me. Swing those legs around. Same thing, other side. elbow beneath the shoulder, knees here, lift up and hold. Again, this hand can be wherever. Sometimes it's helpful to kind of be right on your abs so you can try to connect. Breathe, 5 seconds. And relax. Good. So we're gonna grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna make sure that we're staying hydrated, always, especially if you are breastfeeding, but even if you're not. So quick sip of water, tap those feet out. And we're gonna go into our next circuit. So we're gonna start with just toes out into a plie. So plie squat, toes out, nice good posture. We're gonna bring it down, and as we come up, I want you to think about those Kegel muscles, right? So those pelvic floor muscles, that Kegel exercise that hopefully you did during your pregnancy, and even without being pregnant, it's a good one to do. Kegels are when you squeeze as if you're trying to stop the flow of urine. So that's the best way to describe it because you can't see it. So really think pelvic floor muscles, everything squeezing in nice and tight while we squeeze in our butts and our legs and those inner thighs. Keep breathing, and then we're gonna add on to this. So we're gonna add a little side knee to work those obliques, abs for balance. So watch me, hands up here, plie, bring it up. Plie, bring it up. So still squeezing, low to high, and just a little bend to the side. Again, working the core, working the obliques. It's also gonna put you a little off balance, which is good for core activation as well. Keep breathing. One more each side. And relax, good, tap it down. So we're gonna take it down to the mat. We're gonna do a little mini tricep dip. So sometimes we do tricep dips off of a bench. So come down slowly, take your time. We're gonna do it here. So my fingertips are pointing towards my body, here opening up the shoulders. So watch me, I'm gonna lift my hips up first, and then I'm gonna do a little slow bend in my elbows. If that feels like too much for you, keep those hips down and just bend back and push it up. Either one of those is fine. It's up to you. You can even switch halfway through. Here we go. So hips up, little bend in the elbows, and push up. So we wanna make sure is that we're not just doing the bridge. We're not just lifting the hips. We're really bending the elbows to the back and pushing up. So we're here again. That might be too much, especially if you're just getting back into working out like me. You can just go right here. Totally fine. You need a little break for your wrist, take a break, stretch them out. Up to you. We're gonna do a bridge for those, a real bridge for the glutes later. So on this, really focus on the arms. I got about 5 seconds to go, and breathe. And relax, good, roll that forward, little stretch. So from here, we're gonna take it into just a little half back for our abs. So if you want, you can hold underneath your thighs. That's gonna help. So this is the modified version. You're here, pull the belly button in and bring it up. And down, and up. If you don't need that support, we're gonna take it here, hands here, reach up to the ceiling, and then drop it down, reach it up. Just go as far as is comfortable for you, because I know if you're like me, I had a C-section, I'm not feeling very strong here, so I'm not gonna go super far. I'm gonna really focus on making sure that I'm pulling the belly button through, and that is what is pulling me out, not the hip flexors, not my glutes, not my back. Reach up, nice good posture. Let's just get 3 more. You can do this. Not pushing too far, so if you get here and it feels like too much, grab those legs. That's gonna help you for balance. 1 more. And reach, knees out to the side, little stretch. So again, we're gonna go through all of that again, but little short sets. So take your time coming up. And we're gonna start with that plie, right into that side knee. Let's take those toes out, hands behind the head, plie side knee, here we go. Down, pull it up. Squeeze in the legs, squeeze squeeze in those obliques, those sides. Breathe, also gonna get that heart rate up. Breathe, lift. Here we go. Excellent work, guys. We're almost there, 5 seconds. And relax, tap it out. And then let's take it down to the triceps. Take your time coming down, nice and slow. Hands are gonna come behind. Fingertips forward. Lift the hips if you want or stay down. Here we go. A little bend in the elbows. Press it up. Working the triceps. Squeeze. Feels like too much. Just lower back and push it up. Focusing on using the back of the arms. So good to work these triceps because our biceps are getting quite the workout just holding that baby, right? So it's nice to work the opposite side. 5 seconds to go. Breathe and relax and just stretch that forward. And then last one in the circuit, we're gonna go with that little half back. Hands underneath if you need them, or here. Slowly lower halfway. Pull the belly button through, reach up. Slowly lower and reach. Focus on those abs. So we wanna take everything nice and slow with everything, but especially with the abs, because we don't wanna rush and use our backs or use our hip flexors. We wanna really connect to those deep abs, those transverse abdominis, TVA. There we go. And let's get one more right here. And relax, knees out. Stretch, there we go. We are almost done. Take your time coming up. Grab a quick sip of water. Tap it out. So last move from up top, we're gonna do a side lunge and then we'll add on. We're only gonna do one set of these and then everything else will be on the mat. So one leg stays straight, other leg we're gonna step it out, lean into that hip, hips to the back, and press off. Here we go, same side. So a straight leg, bent leg, into the hips, and push. So we'll add on halfway, and then we'll get that other side, and then we'll take it down to the mat for good. Try to get as low as you can. If you want a challenge, you can even try to touch it down. Just make sure you're not bending too much in the back. We still want to keep that chest up here and down. And how about we add on, let's do a little knee for balance and bring it up. So it's balance and abs. So you get down, pull everything in, and breathe, low to high. So challenging the abs, but also pulling in at the top, and then push off that hip, and breathe. 5 seconds. Got time for maybe one more. Woo! Balance and tap it out. Same thing, other side. We'll start with just the side lunge and we'll add the knee for balance and abs. Whew, tap it out. Just a couple more. That got my heart rate up. I hope it did for you too. And here we go. Side, push off. Starting with just the side lunge. So get your form, drive those hips to the back. We don't want to lean forward too much. And remember, if you want that challenge, you can touch it down, just making sure we're not rounding in our back. Keep those eyes and chest up. Pushing off. Here we go, breathe. And how about we add that knee right here? Down, balance to knee. Side lunge, balance. And breathe. Push out of that hip. We're getting lots of outer thigh and glute, as well as a little stretch for that other leg. 5 seconds to go. Time for maybe 2, and one more. And relax, tap it out. Good work, guys. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. We're gonna take it down to the mat, finish off this circuit. And then we will stretch it out. So take your time coming down. And we're gonna take it all the way down on our back. So to get down on our backs, I like to go to the side. Because again, abs are not super strong. You wanna be careful. So go all the way down to your side and then slowly over onto your back. So we're gonna do just little toe taps. So starting here, I'm gonna pull my belly button in, thinking about sort of that pelvic tilt, hips to ribs that we've done in other videos. Starting with this. So this is pretty basic, but you probably still feel it. If you're feeling good about this, take those feet off the ground. So we're here, you're still tapping down. So I say toe taps, I'm tapping my heels. That's okay too. But really focus, make sure that that lower back is pressing firmly into the ground. Think more about that pull in, but the lower back is into the ground. Feels like too much? Keep one foot on the ground the whole time and still focus on those lower abs. You'll notice we're not really doing a lot of traditional abs. We wanna kind of wait on those. We're first getting back into working out after having a baby because we wanna repair from the inside out. Almost there, we'll go one more. And hug those knees in, bring them in one at a time, little stretch, little roll side to side. And then we're gonna take it to a bridge. So feet are flat. So this is primarily glutes and hamstrings when we do it in a lot of videos, but we're gonna also focus on that pelvic tilt being the first part. So we're also really engaging our abs. So pelvic tilt, I'm gonna pull my hips towards my rib cage, tilt the pelvis up, and then I'm gonna slowly lower up in the bridge, big squeeze, and then slowly lower down back to that lower back. So pelvic tilt, pull it in, lift up and squeeze, glutes and hamstrings, lower down through the back, and pelvis back down. So hips to rib cage, squeeze in the glutes and hamstrings, slowly lower down, and hips back down. Pelvic tilt, bring it in, and squeeze, slowly down, and down. Really important that we do these sort of slow, isolated exercises when we're getting back into it. If you're like me, I'm really ready to be back into the jumping and the burpees and the push-ups and squat jumps, but I'm gonna really take my time because I wanna do this right. I wanna repair and get back into shape after having a baby, but I wanna do it safely and effectively. If we do too much too fast, we can really injure ourselves or do more harm than good. Now let's go one more just like this. Here, up, slowly lower down and down. Excellent work, guys. So last thing, what we're gonna do with this one, we're gonna combine the two. So we're gonna slowly roll up into that bridge. So take your time, pelvic tilt, exactly what we just did. Roll it up. So we're gonna stay here, and then we're gonna do a little toe tap from here. So it's kind of like a little march. If this feels like too much, you can go back to the regular bridge that we just did, or you can go back to the first toe taps. But from here, I'm just pulling my knees in, right? Trying to keep the hips up, so I'm squeezing in the glutes and hamstrings, but trying to pull in with my abs. This is tough. So again, if that feels like too much, you can just focus on the bridge, or you can do those toe taps from here. This is the last thing that we're gonna do before we stretch it out, so it's up to you. Just toe taps, or bring it up into the bridge and taps from the bridge. Keep those hips up, everything in. I'm gonna keep my hands on my abs so I can really feel that I'm activating. Try to squeeze in those glutes. I know they wanna drop. And we'll go 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Starting from the top, slowly lower it down. Great job, guys. So bring it up. Whew. Flex that foot. I'm used to just saying guys, but I probably should say great job, mamas. Assuming most of you doing this workout have had babies. So flex that foot, grab either on the back of the thigh or the calf, and just pull it gently in. So that might be a little hard to lift up. If you can, you'll get a little more of a stretch. Otherwise, just pull it in to stretch out that hamstring that we just worked. I'm feeling really tight, definitely not getting enough stretching since the baby is here, but really important that we do. Bring it up. Whew. Picking up and holding and changing the baby, rocking the baby, and all of those things really take its toll on our backs and all of our bodies, so make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Remember, happier, healthier moms, happier, healthier babies. And then just very slowly turn onto your side. Use that hand to push yourself up. You're gonna bring those feet in front, let the knees drop to the side, opening up on those hips, and lower down in a little back stretch. Let your head and neck relax. Bring it up, cross those feet in front, and just take it opposite hand towards the opposite knee. Look over your shoulder, stretching the back. And through the center. Same thing, other side, over the shoulder. And back to center. Let's reach those hands in front so you stretch out those arms that worked on the tricep dip. And then thumbs to the back, grab behind, stretch out the chest and shoulders that worked hard on that push-up. And one big deep breath in and out. And that was your postnatal body weight workout. Great job, everybody.